Welcome to Barry Charles Footy Show, Episode 2. I hope you've had a lovely week out there. Let's get into some rugby league. On tonight's show, we will look at the casualty ward of the NRL. We will look at some of the breaking news. We'll also look at my game of the round and look at the 3 tries of the week, and you can vote on who you think is the best try of the week. I'll look at what my 3 Dally M points of the week are, 3, 2 and 1 ranking, and then we'll finish with a preview of the Saturday and Sunday footy. So let's get onto it, and let's start with the casualty ward. Well, obviously Melbourne Storm were hit the most out of all these teams, with Christian Welsh and George Jennings more than likely gone for the season. Ouch. Brandon Smith out for 4 weeks. A lot of people would have thought they might have been justice because he should have been out the first week anyway, apart from a technicality. But as we know, the Storm find ways to find journeymen who can just jump in and deliver above expectations. So don't you worry, they're Storm fans. Obviously for the Panthers, Mossy Leota for 8 to 10 weeks is very disappointing, but he gets to sit back and get himself refreshed for a strive to the finals. And obviously from the Storm as well, Tyrone Wishart, outstanding, good game. Looks like a star on the rise for them. Canberra Raiders, Josh Hodgkin out for a couple of weeks. Disappointing. No Savili Havili to come up, so it's going to be interesting to see how they go. Obviously they got Tom Starling, but we will see. But there's obviously off-field issues with the Raiders. It just seems to be someone, a wags or a girlfriend that just wants to complain about Sticky not picking their partner on the team, like Ryan Sutton. Joseph Tapani last year, he can't take a trick here, old Sticky. But also, he doesn't seem to be under much pressure, and he hasn't delivered. Apart from one grand final some couple years ago, but apart from that, there hasn't been much for Sticky to be happy about. Parramatta already lost Hayes Dunster for the year, and now they got Sean Russell out for a month maybe. They can't take a trick. Maybe Blake Ferguson and Jared Haynes should return. Just kidding, folks. Another team that are a bit decimated here is the Warriors, with Dallin Watene-Selesniak out for 2 months. So they got Viliami Vile and Sean Johnson out for around 4 weeks. Well, you could argue the team balance for the Warriors in round 2 is probably better than what they were in round 1, even with all these injuries. They've got a lot of back cover that helps them out there. Coaches under the spotlight for round 2. Well, no doubt about it, Nathan Brown. The Warriors were hot and cold in round 1. Can he get the best out of this squad? It's a very strong squad. It's a top 8 squad for mine. They really need to deliver this week. Obviously, Michael Maguire, he really needs to get a victory for him. Otherwise, he might be looking down an early exit this season. And I think Todd Payton's under a bit of pressure as well at the Cowboys. Expected to be the long-term coach, but after round 1, I'm not so sure. We'll see going on later into the season. And what is happening with Michael Maguire? Can only get 50 minutes out of his team. They'll need a lot more in round 2. The Knights, they were just outstanding. Absolutely outstanding against the Roosters. Are they a one-hit wonder? Let's hope not. Big game again from the Knights. We will see if they can deliver. But for the Roosters, oh my goodness. What is happening? They've fallen off a cliff. I think they underestimated the class that they had. Boyd Cordner, he's just an experienced leader. He was injured quite a bit. Jake Friend, he's just a tackling machine. They're missing those 50 tackles up the middle. Got the Morris twins, Josh and Brett. Obviously missing that experience out wide as well. And it could be a bit of a tough road ahead here. But Luke Keary, he really needs to deliver for Sam Walker. So we'll see how that combination goes during the year, because it's probably the best combination in the comp if they can get it right. But some people would argue that maybe that Luke Keary should be playing 6 and number 7 could be Sam Walker. But I still expect the Roosters to make the grand final, and I would expect a big rebound. But to be totally honest, if you're just looking on round 1 results, the team to beat this season is the Penrith Panthers. They were just absolutely clinical, absolutely outstanding against Manly. And they certainly, at the moment, are one of the teams to beat. Sean O'Sullivan just fitted like a glove straight into Nathan Cleary's slot and just delivered a masterpiece. We also got Ivan Cleary and Cameron Ciraldo. If he stays around, they have a chance to have a dynasty club here. With their young halves, Dylan Edwards, Isaac Yu, all in the team. Jan Fisher-Harris, if he can stay around. They are a very, very strong lineup. Now it's time for Barry's Game of the Round. We will dissect one of the games from round 1 that I thought was a great game to watch. You could argue the Parramatta versus Gold Coast Titans First half was the most outstanding one, but I have to go with the Dragons-Warriors game. I thought that was the game around for mine. The Dragons were fairly impressive in the end of this game. Even though I was disappointed in the Warriors, that was very good. And let's go check out the highlights of the Dragons versus the Warriors, and I'll give a little bit of commentary about what happened in certain parts of the game. I hope you enjoy. Let's look at the first try here. As you can see here, pause it right there. We got Ben Hunt passing it to Amore, and then you got what happens here next. As you can see here, you got Nicarima standing there, Ewan Aiken trying to get across, and also Rocco Berry and Marcel Montoya are all standing flat. And as you see, as the play goes on here, Rocco Berry has been left flat-footed, which now leaves a two-man overlap. And watch this play unfold here for Tyrell Sloan. Beautiful pass out to Rabawawa for a beautiful try. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. So look at the try again here. You got Ben Hunt here, but look at the slight move here from Tyrell Sloan. Look at the beautiful pass out there. It was a simple try, but it was the Warriors defence that let that down. And a beautiful kick here from Zach Lomax. Now look at this play here from Adam Whanua-Blake. Absolutely shocking. The offload was never on. What was he thinking? And look what it led to. You got Andrew McCullough here ready to rock and roll here. Aaron Woods setting up the play. Now let's look here. We got Ben Hunt. Got Jack DeBellin there looking at the decoy runner. Again, Tyrell Sloan into the play here. Well, if you look at the defence of the Warriors, there's already a huge gap between Sean Johnson and his centre partner. Again, flat-footed there, the centre. So it's going to make it hard for him to adjust. Let's have a look at the play going forward. Just there, look at this. Beautiful play here from Tyrell Sloan. He draws on the centre defender. Sean Johnson has missed everyone. Katoa has come across, but he's come across too far. And a little bit of laziness there from Johnson on the inside here, as you watch this here. With the beautiful pass here from Jack Bird. And straight through the gap. Disappointing there. Bunty Afoa could have come across as well. But Sean Johnson was just left totally out of this play. Look at this. Beautiful sleight of hand here from Tyrell Sloan. And Sean Johnson just stood there. Disappointing. Let's look at this play here from Sean Johnson for the first try for the Warriors. Look at that beautiful stuff. But what was Tyrell Sloan thinking there? Unbelievable. Watesi Naki, one of the easiest try he'll ever score in his career. Look at this. Look at this. What the hell was Tyrell Sloan thinking here? Oh, just let it go. Oh, beautiful stuff. When saying that, Ben Hunt could have got it as well. He's blaming Tyrell Sloan, but if you look here, either one of them could pick up, but really that is Tyrell Sloan's, to be fair. But a lucky try for the Warriors. Let's look at the Warriors' next try here. Look at Sean Johnson here. You got Galeski out there, who's flat-footed right here. So is McCullough a little bit. Josh Kerr in the middle of the field here. Murdoch Masilla is a bit of a dummy runner here. And then you watch Josh Curran here go Galeski. Well, let's have a look at this. So now the pass has gone to Josh Curran. Galeski has come out of the line, knowing he was a little bit flat-footed, and he was left in the dust by Josh Curran. So he goes straight through the gap, Wade Egan in support, straight past Tyrell Sloan. What was he doing? Didn't even try to attempt to make a tackle there. That was too easy. Beautiful try there for the Warriors. But disappointing. If Galeski didn't jump out, that would have been beautiful stuff. You want to see a stupid play? Well, here we go. This is just absolutely silly stuff from the new player. Why are you tackling a player without even looking at the ball? To be honest, it's just stupidity and what we call a coach killer. What was he thinking there? I know he's young and exuberant, but you look at him right here, right now, as he comes in for the tackle. He's not even looking where the ball is. He could have caught that ball and scored a try. Absolutely could have come in on Cody Ramsey there. Disappointing for the Warriors. Look at Nathan Brown. Can't believe it. Now Dragons come down the other end. And a silly penalty from the Warriors there. Just an extra points here for Zach Lomax. Too easy, and that is the first half of the game of the round. Let's look here at the second round. The first highlight of this is a beautiful 40-20 here from Shaun Johnson. Look at this kick. Beautiful stuff. Ravalawa tried his best, but unfortunately it went out. Beautiful stuff from Shaun Johnson there. Which led to this beautiful try here. Let's have a look down the short side here. Again, Shaun Johnson. He's got out wide there. He's got 3 runners to choose from here. And let's look here. Jack Bird. He's got a chance to go either way. But the winger in the centre there is flat-footed. Cody Ramsey has decided I'm coming in. Tyrone Sloan and Musi are trying to come across. Ben Hunt's not doing much here. But the question is on the pass here, but it was beautiful to find the gap. Watch this. Straight through the gap. Some people just standing there. Didn't even try to tackle him. Jack Bird, disappointing. But a beautiful try there for the Warriors. From Katoa. But look at this. Jack Bird, he just put his hand out. Didn't even really try to make an attack. And Tyrell Sloan, there was no effort to try and be there. He's the fullback, you know. He's supposed to be there to try and tackle Katoa if he's gone through the gap. He was just left standing still. So beautiful try there for the Warriors. And they hit the lead. Now let's have a look at the try from the Dragons here. Andrew McCullough to Ben Hunt. Look at that. Right here, right now. What's the plan? Rocco Berry's coming across. There's a chance to actually go on the inside here if they really want to. Let's see what happens. But look at this. Just barge over. Montoya should have stopped that. To be honest. There's no way for Rabavala should have got over from there. That was 2, but good try. Just brute strength. Montoya not having a good day. Have a look at this again. Beautiful pass here. But Montoya, that was his. Should have stopped him. Ewan Aiken, they stood there mark. They've probably done everything all right there defensively, to be fair, the Warriors, but just that defensive play, got to hold up the ball. Just couldn't handle it. Now, let's have a look at the brain explosion, the Shaun Johnson kick. They're set up here, there's 14 minutes to go. And what does he think? 10 metres out from my own line, I'll kick it across there to our winger, who's already marked by Cody Ramsey. Very costly moment here for the Warriors. This is the turning point. And you'll see shortly why. You got Tyrone Sloan here. Just about breaks through. Beautiful stuff here. Amore. Let's have a look here. You got Jaden Sewer. We've got Wade Egan. He's coming across amberly. So is Fanua Blake. Nicarima is all on Sewer here. Rocco Berry is looking at Sewer as well. Not even looking at his own man. And back is Montoya. Let's watch this play unfold. It's beautiful stuff. Watch the passing here from both Sewer and Zach Lomax. Offload, beautiful offload. Another offload. And what was Montoya doing there? Flat-footed, absolutely outclassed. That is a beautiful try. Absolutely beautiful from Sewer, as well as Zach Lomax. But Ravalawa, wow. Little bit of a goosey step here. We'll see it on the replay. As you see it on the replay here, look at this. Beautiful here. Beautiful hands from Zach Lomax. Look at this. Montoya. What happened? Nicarima lazy in defence. Chanel did his best, but it was going to be hard from there. Beautiful, but look at this again. Just Wade Egan was coming around too slow. Cody Nicarima missed his man. And there. Just disappointing from Montoya there. But he was great try. Look at this for a bit of a shocker from Zach Lomax. What you would have put them 8 points in front, but hey, that's the way rugby league goes. Now let's look at this here. Tyro Sloan coming through the gap. Oh, beautiful stuff. Great tackle here. He's still going, but great save there from Harris DeVita. Now let's look at Moses Mbai. Look at this. Let's have a look at Moses Mbai here from WF. He was shaped to the left here, the Ben Hunt. And Wade Egan, Chanel, DeVita already committed to go their way. Adam Whanua, Blake and Bunty Flower are too slow out of marker there. Very slow out of marker. And just leaves a huge gap up the middle. Sean Johnson couldn't get him. And too easy for Moses Mbai. And that really is a coach killer. There was a whole lot of people not doing their job right there. Lazy defence. What was Adam Whanua, Blake and Bunty Afoa doing here? If you look at it here on the replay. Jack DeBellin with the good run earlier in the set. Got them going. And then right here, just lazy from Whanua Blake. And he's the leader of the team. Disappointing. But look at that beautiful pass to Tyron Sloan. Good tackle there from Harris DeVita. Didn't finish the job, at least he slowed him down to stop the try. And here, Adam Whanua Blake was in the middle of nowhere. Too slow to get back. And too easy for Moses Mbai. Oh, wait a minute, this game's not over yet. Adam Whanua Blake with a run here. He's only 3 minutes left in the game. 28-16, here's our chance here. Cody Nicarima, let's have a look here. Zach Lomax obviously had to be committed because it looked like he was going past, which leaves an overlap here. Rocco Berry straight onto Montoya. He's in, surely. What? Why didn't he go low? Unbelievable. That was a try gone begging. He don't know why he tried to bunt him off. All he had to do was dive low. He was in. Ravalawa gets a bit injured here. But look at this. What was he thinking? You got to go low, mate. You go low, you score. He was upright, so that's something for you at home there, kids. What not to do? When you're that close to the try line, you dive down low. He could have dived down low and scored the try. And also the other option, as you will see when we go to the tries of the week, Xavier Coates. Just jump up in the air and they can't tackle your legs. This is the other option when you're going to score a try in the corner. But trying to bunt someone off and score the try, well, Ravalawa did it, to be fair, but not many players can do that. So, a lesson for you there, kids. And there was a no try for the Warriors. Warriors tried their best, but at the end it was 28-16. Look at Anthony Griffin, happy as days. Beautiful stuff. Nathan Brown, he's got some work to do for the Warriors. This really was a good start to the season. The Warriors having the draw, and to lose the first round is disappointing. Look at their beautiful fireworks. Can the Warriors do it in round 2? And can the Dragons continue their form? We'll find out. But that was one of the games of the round. What a game! If you're a Dragons fan, not so much if you're a Warriors fan. You got your head scratching. Oh, here we go again. But with Reece Walsh back and his great attacking weapons, hopefully for you Warriors fans, the round 2 will be a much better result for you. But Sean Johnson and Adam Whanua Blake are two of the most experienced players in the team. They should know better, and that's the difference between being a contender and a pretender. If you want to be a pretender, keep dropping the ball, making silly mistakes from your key players. You are not going to be in the finals. If you want to be in the finals, you need to be cool, calm and collected like Adam Reynolds. So this is the time the Warriors look to be a contender instead of a pretender. And certainly they would have won last week if it wasn't for the Sean Johnson and Adam Whanua mistakes. So let's hope it doesn't happen in round 2. And if you want my prediction, maybe for next year, Jeff Tuvey to coach the Warriors. He is the type of player they need, a no-nonsense type football, who's very passionate about the game. To me, he is your number one choice Warriors hierarchy. Get him in. I hope Nathan Brown can deliver for the Warriors. but I'm yet to see it from what I've seen so far. Let's hope they improve this week. Now it's time for the next segment, and that is the 3 tries of the week, where you get the chance every week to make your vote on what you think is the try of the week. We've got 3 options for you, A, B, and C. You vote in the comments below. I'll let you know the winner next week. Let's have a look at the 3 tries of the week. Remember, comment down below, A, B, or C. Did you like A, Rawawala, outstanding try, 3-try hero, that was outstanding with all those flick passes, outstanding. Let's look at the tries of the week. This is the first try, try A, the Dragons against the Warriors. Look at this, from Jaden Sewer, out to Zach Lomax, flick pass again, beautiful to Rawawala, and straight over. Beautiful stuff. Wow. They could be up for one of the tries of the year on the flick pass, right? Beautiful there from Sewer, and even there, look at that from Lomax, and Montoya was left flat-footed. Beautiful stuff from Rawawala. Or do you go B, Xavier Coates? What a beautiful dive for the corner. Let's have a look at the second try of the round here. Look at Jerome Hughes, straight through the gap. Beautiful stuff. Off to Kafusi, Luke Brooks, and then off to Pappenhausen. Beautiful stuff. All getting set up here for the next play. Let's have a look at this. A try B for try of the round here. Out wide here. Beautiful stuff. And look at that to Xavier Coates. Woohoo! Now, Montoya, that's how you put down the ball, buddy, and if you're trying to score on the wing. Beautiful stuff from Xavier Coates there. Absolute beauty. Have a look at this again, folks. Look at this. Make sure they can't tackle you. That's how you do it. Woohoo! One-handed. Beautiful stuff from Xavier Coates. Well, you go Sean Russell. What a kick from Mitchell Moses to hit the post. Rebound. Kick off Dylan Brown. And let's have a look at try number C for the round. Mitchell Moses. Pinpoint accuracy. Straight off the goalpost. Kick through from Dylan Brown for Sean Russell. Beautiful stuff there from Parramatta. Mitchell Moses. That's what you train every day to do all this stuff. You practice that 100 times a day, and look at that, straight off the post, left them wanting. Jaden Campbell trying to get there. Beautiful stuff from Dylan Brown. And Sean Russell gets one of the easiest tries of his early career. Beautiful stuff from Parramatta, and that is the tries of the round. Beautiful stuff for the tries of the week. Now that leads us to the Dally M 3-2-1 points here for Barry. Let's have a look at what Barry picked here for his number 1. 1 point for Dane Gago. I thought he turned back the clock. He was outstanding for the Roosters, and the Rabbitohs will be certainly missing him. He was outstanding, just breaking the line and will scoring a beautiful try. Great stuff, Dane Gago. 2 points, Sean O'Sullivan. He just directed the ship like he was Nathan Cleary mould. Just outstanding. Kicking to the corners, doing everything right. He had an outstanding game, and obviously the 3 points had to go to Rawawala. He was just outstanding. He was outstanding with his hat-trick. Just barged over and gave Marcelo Montoya an absolute nightmare to try and defend him. Outstanding, and he's my number 3 and the number 1 Dally M medalist. So let's see how that goes. During the season, I will have the leaderboard up each round, or maybe after a couple rounds, and then you can see who is. And at the end of the year, we should have the top 17 players from my Dally M points for the round. But now, let's get to the preview show. We're going to look at the Saturday and Sunday footy. And first off, we'll start off with the Saturday afternoon footy. Seabus Super Stadium against 2 attacking flair teams, the Gold Coast Titans and the Warriors. First off, let's have a look at the Gold Coast Titans team for round 2, I should say. You got Jaden Campbell at number 1, the wingers Philip Sammy and Greg Mazu, Brian Kelly and Patrick Herbert are the centres. Alex Brimson is back. Can he deliver? I still think he should be a fullback, but he will do a job at number 6. Toby Sexton at 7. Then you got Futuaker and Isaac Liu. I like that forward pack. Aaron Clark, he surprised me. He had a very good game round 1. Can he do that all season? If he can do that all season, the Titans are a big chance. David Fafita, he was quiet. He needs to deliver big time. Is that big money contract just going to the hill? Seems like every time someone signs a big contract, they go downhill. Bofuma and then Tino, obviously Locke. Again, I think we need a bit more out of him as well. Will Smith, the Mr. Fix-It, plays anyway. Sam Lasoni, Jamin Jolliffe, Kevin Proctor. a very solid rotating bench there for the Titans. And let's look at the Warriors squad here on, hopefully it's a sunny day of footy because we could be in for a big one. And number 1, Reece Walsh is back, baby. To me, this season, here's my prediction for him. He will be wearing the number 14 jersey for Queensland. Just put him on anywhere. He will deliver for you, Reece Walsh. Young star on the rise. I'm sad to say for Warriors fans, I expect him to be in the Dolphins colours next year. Even though he's still got a contract for another year or so, I'd expect there will be some door knocking and he'll be getting the big paycheck, somewhere near maybe the $800,000 mark, could be even more. He could crack the $1 million. We will see what Mr. Bennett has in store. But I hope for the Warriors' sake he stays here and be a long-term Warriors player. But being a Queensland boy is probably highly unlikely. Number 2, Adam Pompey. He comes in for the injured Watini Selesniak. And Jesse Arthur's also in for the Army. I don't think they lose much there. I think the squad could be even potentially better with those two in the team. Jesse Arthur, I expect he's a decent player. I'm interested to see how he goes in the Warriors colours. And you got Rocco Berry, who is a star in the making. A little bit of defensive issues last week, but let's hope him and Marcelo Montoya can turn that around this week and deliver. Chanel Harris-Tavita, number 6. Interesting. I thought he was on the outer here, but it looks like Cody Nicarima's on the outer this week. Maybe Nathan Brown needs to get himself sorted. Get his team down and packed. Ashley Taylor, number 7. Well done. He's back, and I hope he's in the team all season. I really think he should be in the team all season with Sean Johnson there. I think he is the catalyst they can get the Warriors up there in the top 8 to let Sean Johnson do his thing. And then for Noah Blake, Wade Egan, Matt Lodge returns. Hopefully he stays more on the field than off the field. That's the only question I have with Matt Lodge. Get yourself together. Still play tough footy, but keep yourself on the field, because you can really make a difference for this Warriors squad. Ewan Aiken, I think the experiment should nearly be over. I think he should be going back into the centres for mine. They've got enough good players to cover out here in the squad to have him at centre, but interesting. Katoa and Josh Curran, very good games from both of them last week. Jazz Tavaga, I think we need a bit more out of him, to be honest. Bunty Afar, I thought we could have got better out of him. Aaron Penne and Bailey Sheridan, and at least Cody Nicarima out of the squad. What the hell is happening? And Ben Murdoch-Masila, who was very solid off the bench last season, he's been forgotten about too. Well, we'll see how this one goes. This should be a very entertaining game. Could be 50 points scored between them. I think it's going to be one of those games that can go down to the wire. But I expect the Warriors to get up, maybe just by 2 points. Game 2 of Super Saturday at Point Bet Stadium. Sharks versus the Eels. Oh, this should be a rip snorter. Let's have a look at the home team, the Sharkies. At fullback, William Kennedy, Sione Katoa, Jesse Ramian, Mulatalo, after not being selected for Queensland, clearly going to be looking at the World Cup for New Zealand this season. Matt Ikuvalu, solid player. Matt Moylan, Nico Hines. It's a very good squad this Fitzgibbon has got here. Toby Rudolph, Blake Brayley, Braden Hamanuali, Britton Nakora, Tig Morton, and Dale Finucane, sorry. Aidan Tolman on the bench with Talaki, Royce Hunt, and Andrew Fafita. But I just don't understand why they don't have Luke Metcalf in the team. The Warriors wanted him and they declined it. Can the Warriors still end up with Luke Metcalf? Time will tell. Connor Tracy, an interesting one. Why the hell is he not on the team as well? Interesting to see his development and where he ends up. He could end up somewhere else as well. And Cameron McInnes is still to come back into this team. It could be this week. You never know. Let's look at Parramatta Eels squad. Clint Gufferson. Here's a bit rocks and diamonds round 1. You'll be looking for improvement for him. Wagga Blake on the wing. Interesting. For the Army, Penasai. Tom Apoychik coming back into the team. Interesting to see how he goes. Bailey Simonson. Dylan Brown and Mitch Moses, the halves. I'll expect that pairing to improve if they want to be a title contender. Regal Campbell-Gilla was very good. Reed Mahoney, Junior Paulo, Sean Lane, Isaiah Papalili, and Oregon Confucius. A very solid squad that one is. Makatoa, Bryce Cartwright, Ray Stone, and Nathan Brown. Interesting selection there. Will he stay in the team after what happened with him and Jared Hayne? It'll be interesting to see what happens here. I just don't know why he would associate himself with that guy. But that's the way it is in footy sometimes. But we'll see if he's still in the squad by the end of the round. This is shaping up as one of the games of the round. I think this will be an old school defensive display, which Craig Fitzgibbon would love. As a whole lock second row, he really was good in his defence. He'll finally get to feel what first grade's about instead of watching it on television. He'll finally get to be at the game. I think Parramatta will deliver this victory here. It'll be a tight, close game, but I think Parramatta will get up by 6 points. The final game of Super Saturday. See the Cowboys versus the Raiders at Queensland Country Bank. Two teams needing a real big performance. Let's first look at the North Queensland Cowboys team. So North Queensland at fullback is Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow, Kyle Felt, Valentine Holmes and Peter Iku. I think that centre pairing needs to improve. Murray Taulagi, Tom Dearden, he was outstanding. He was very outstanding in the first game. Chad Townsend, you know what you're going to get out of him. Jordan McLean, they need a lot more out of him. Reece Robertson, Cohen Hess, the same. They've just been disappointing. Tom Gilbert was outstanding. Jeremiah Nanai, very good. And Jason Tamalolo, what's happening there? I'm sure there has to have been a bust up between him and Todd Payton, and they're just not getting on. I think one of them might have to go. It's either Todd Payton or Tamalolo. We'll see who it is by the end of this year, but I'm guaranteeing you now one of those two will be gone. On the bench, Jake Granville instead of Scott Drinkwater. Are you kidding me? Don't know what they're doing there. Lukey, Dunn, and Niami doesn't really say, oh, scary team. That's why I'm a little bit worried for the Cowboys this season. When you're leaving out a player like Ruben Cotter as well, what are they thinking? Let's look at the Canberra Raiders for round 2. Chance Nickel Clockstead, Nick Kotrick, Matthew Tomoko, Semi Falaimi, and James Schiller. How can James Schiller be in front of Xavier Savage? I just don't understand it. Just do not understand it. If he does not get picked this season, another club has to sign Xavier Savage. He is outstanding talent. Jack Whiten and Matt Frawley at number 7. Interesting. I would have put Sam Williams there, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. But the forward pack always gives the Raiders something here with Josh Papali, Tom Starling, Joseph Tapani, Hudson Young, Corey Haranui-Naira, and Elliot Whitehead. Scary. Adrian Trevelyan, M. Gula, Adam Elliott, and Corey Horsburgh. And obviously the Wags are leaving out Ryan Sutton. This is one of these games that you could see an upset, with the Cowboys possibly winning at home, but I just have to go for the Raiders in this one by 10 points. I think they should have too much firepower. Let's preview the Sunday footy at McJones Stadium. This should be a rip snort of a game with obviously the wonderful Knights against the 50-minute Tigers. Who will deliver this time round? Can we see a flip reversal here in the teams and their performances? We'll find out. But let's have a look at the home team, the Newcastle Knights squad for round 2. Obviously, Kalen Ponga, the Queensland fullback, and number 1, Dominic Young, Dane Gagai, absolutely turning back the clock. And Bradman Best, you can argue this is one of the best centre pairings in the competition. Tuwala, Jake Clifford, and Adam Clune, they played a very good game last week. Interesting to see if they continue. David Clemmer and Jacob Safidi are keeping the seat warm for Daniel Safidi. He's due back soon. It could even be this week. Chris Randall and Hooker. Tyson Frisell, he's been a little disappointing. Can they get the best out of him? Lachlan Fitzgibbon's been outstanding. Kurt Mann 13. Phoenix Crossland 14. Could argue Texas Hoy could get a chance there at some point. Mitchell Barnett, very good off the bench. And then Leo Thompson and Gerard Momasia. Let's have a look at the West Tigers squad for round 2. Number 1, Dane Laurie. He had a breakout season last season. Can he continue this season? David Nofaluma, I just think he should sign somewhere else. He wants to win a premiership. He needs to go to a different club. James Roberts and Olive Gildark could be a good centre pairing. Time will tell. Ken Momolo was very good last week. Can he continue this week? Jackson Hastings and Luke Brooks. It looks like a solid backline, but just don't see him playing 80 minutes. James Tamau, James Simpkins, and number 9, and Stefano make up the prop line. And then you got Kalma Tuolagi and Luciano Leilua if he plays. He had a bit of knee complaint. We'll see how he goes. And Joe Offen and Gary at lock. On the bench, Tyrone Peachy, very good buy. Can he deliver for the Tigers? We will see. Alex Twal, Zane Musgrove, and Alex Seagal. This really just doesn't look like that great a team off the bench, which is a bit like the Cowboys. But they do have them, Sean Bloor and Adam Dewey to come back a bit later on, so they will strengthen up. To be honest, this is one of these games that I could see a cricket score and the Knights winning by 50. But I've gone a little bit less conservative, but I still think the Knights are going to win this game easy by 18 points. But we know what happens in footy. When you expect one team to win, the other team turns up the heat and somehow wins. So don't be surprised if there's an upset as well. The final game of the round is at A-Course Stadium, where you see the rudderless Bulldogs, who just don't know how to attack, and they need a number 7, which I think Matt Burton should just get a number 7. That's what he's been brought to do. Put him there. Taking on the number 7 that knows how to do it all, Adam Reynolds. This game could be a long one for Trent Barrett as he just tries to tinker with his team to get it right. You'd be hoping everyone has the same passion as Josh Adokar had last week, who was just telling the players to don't break, get going, play the 80 minutes. From the Melbourne Storm system, he's trying to bring that to the Bulldogs. I'd like to see that. So let's have a look at the round 2 team for the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. And Matt Duff there, fullback. Jaden Okunbora at number 2, he was very good. Braden Burns, Brent Naden, Josh Adokar. Matt Burton to me needs to be playing number 7. Jake Averillo, I just don't rate him. Luke Thompson, Jeremy Marshall-King, they need more out of him. But I think this is where they probably need to buy a number 7 or a number 6, and a hooker would be on the high priority list for the Bulldogs, which obviously they have Reid Mahoney, so hooker is covered for next season. Paul Vaughan and Jack Harrington, I think we need a bit more out of him, and Tavita Pangai Jr. Josh Jackson, you know what you're going to get every week from him. Bailey Biondo Ori, you got Corey Waddell, Max King, and Ava Simanu Fagai. And my quick tip here for the Bulldogs that Kyle Flanagan will be at a Super League club before mid-season. That is my tip. He will do a similar thing to Jackson Hastings and he may come back in a few years' time. Let's look at the Brisbane squad here for round 2. Tessie Niu, he's back from suspension in number 1. Does that mean Jermaine Asako is ending up in the Parramatta colours come round 3? Watch this space. Corey Oates, Kantoni Staggs, Herbie Funworth, Selwyn Cobbo is a young-looking backline here, folks. With the experience of Albert Kelly and Adam Reynolds in 6 and 7. Very nice. Kenan Pasali, Jake Turpin, and Payne Haas. The props, I think we need a little bit more out of Payne Haas. I don't think he was as great in round 1. He'll be better as the season goes on. Kirk Capewell, very solid. Jordan Rickey and Patrick Carrington is very good. Mixture of youth and experience in the squad I like for the Broncos. So I'm expecting top 8 for them this season. Ryan James seems to be getting a bit more game time here at the Broncos. Kobe Hetherington, TC Ropati, and Billy Walters holds on to being in the team for now, with Brinko Lee on the bench. Tyson Gamble, he was pretty good last season. I think he's a little bit unlucky not to be around, but you can't pick them all. This to me is one of the games that's going to possibly be a turning point for the winner. The Bulldogs can really say, well, we're not going to be a battler this season. We can actually win, or will it be more of the same if they lose this game? Where, on the other hand, this is the time to shine for Adam Reynolds, to take Broncos back to the promised land in the top 8. And I really do expect the Broncos to be there this season, and I think they will prove that by winning this game by 10 points. But Adokar will be trying to deny that. But we will see. And Matt Burton needs to really lift up his game if you want to see the Bulldogs winning in round 2. Well, that's a wrap from me on the Barry Charles Footy Show, episode 2. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I hope you kick the like button so your favourite footy team gets the win this weekend. And also subscribe to the channel so we can spread the love of rugby league all around the world. It'll be very much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching the Barry Charles Footy Show. Enjoy the footy this weekend and take care out there.